Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, right? No, it's Wednesday. That's right, it's Wednesday. I'm already out of here. Like, okay, I'm leaving today, and I won't come back till Monday. No, it's just Wednesday. It's just we're halfway there. Why do I want this week to be over so fast? Usually I like to take my time, enjoy every day, but today it's like, okay, let's just go ahead and get it over with. No, but I got distracted by all these little kids that are coming from the Crichton. I think they've done their graduation there or something. And it's just the cutest kids. They're so little, and they've got the hat, the tassel, and the gown on. Oh, yeah, you're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. Well, I got distracted. I'm sorry. Yes, this is Cindy Cochran Show that's on Monday mornings, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. every morning, Monday through Friday. And we need to close the blinds. Those kids are too cute. Oh, my word. And listen, you guys, soon, you'll be able to hear us on 104.5 and 106.1. And that will be Conroe's FM and be simulcast. And then, of course, always globally, you can hear us on the irlonestar.com. Yes, you can. That part's not going away. So as you drive out of the radius of the range of the station, the FM stations, you can always go to the app that's on your phone. I'm sure you've already got it on your phone, of irlonestar.com, and continue to listen to these pearls of wisdom that come out of my mouth. No, that's not true. The random things that come out of my mouth, but I do speak on local issues. I do speak on national issues and infinity and beyond. We talk about everything, and especially things that are absolutely affecting you today. And I always beat Rush and those other guys to the punch, because mine is 10 to 11, and I am, now people are looking in the window and we have to wave. Hi kids, hi. Yeah, you're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. That's right. That's me on the poster. I know I look different. When did you take that, 18 years old? No. Anyway, so we're here for you, and you can hear us podcast on YouTube, of course. There he is. All right, I've done my fill till you got here. Brian Bondi, president of the Chamber of Commerce, is here, and you can sit right there. Oh, good morning. I'm so happy you're here.
Sorry I'm late.
It's okay. You have to come from so far away. I understand.
It was the parking downtown. This is an amazing place.
I had to park behind Richard, and I thought, what's going on today? And it's this graduation that's coming out of the Crichton,
That's what it is. It's graduation.
Yeah, it's all the kids are coming out to walk across the stage. And that's where I was this morning. I thought I was going to be late, but I walked out after the little program they had. Samuel graduates from 5th grade. He goes to 6th grade. Now he has to go where all the bad kids are. I was like, now it's different. You're not going to be able to talk about G.I. Joes or anything like that. You got to, talk hep and what's trending,
Congratulations on that. I've been there. I've done that. I passed the baton. Enjoy those years, because it's going to be amazing.
Well, and I'm on the grandparent side of it, so it's just like I've already done that. This is but it just I still cry. I was crying. I'm trying to take the video, and I'm just crying. It's terrible, because I keep thinking of all those homework nights and all that, and they live with us. Their mom and Samuel and Cindy live with us. And so I'm so blessed because I've gotten to see them, grow up. And it's not like she has to call me and tell me, what so-and-so did today. No, I get to see it, and it's so much fun. And watching him and thinking of the homework nights, and I just go like, wow, it's that part of this part's over. Now it gets worse. Now I have to hand him off to somebody else. I barely got through 5th grade. I am not smarter than a 5th grader. I know that for sure. And so I had to just, sometimes go like, I can't. Let me ask your grandpa. And he'd come in there and go like, what is this? This isn't the way you do it. And then Samuel would start saying, okay, it's okay, Papa. You don't have to help me anymore. Cause I said, they do it different now, Papa. But 1 + 1 is always 2. What's the deal? Why are you having to do so many of these different forms of trying to get this right? Anyway, but I'm glad that part's over. And then now we go on to even deeper stuff.
6th grade.
Yes.
Ooh,
and
that's tough.
And we had a project we had to do like in 48 hours. All those parents that have kids that go, hey, Mom, I think I got a project due on I said, what kind of project are you talking about? And he says, well, I have to prove how one soda will blow up a balloon bigger than the other sodas. What? And he goes, yeah, something like, I think you can Google it and we can look.
Nothing better than, I think I have a project due.
Exactly. Well, what did she say?
What were you thinking?
I don't know. And the volcanoes, I think, have gone. In fact, they put it on the paper that he shows me. He says, okay, this is what you don't do. And it has a volcano and a big X.
Because everybody does volcanoes.
That's right. I said, so volcanoes are out. They're outdated now. Oh, that dates me.
Yeah, no kidding.
But you know how cool that would be for somebody to be able to make one of those things erupt in the middle of their science fair. How fun that would be. But he had to. He wanted to put the bottles and shake them up and do it and show it while he's there. And I went, no. We're going to show pictures of what you did and how you did it and why you wouldn't do this live, So we did that, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, it's crammed in fun. Everybody had to help. Everybody had to do something with it.
Yep.
And he said, I think y'all got this. I got to go to bed. I went, what did you
Whoa,
say?
time out.
Slowly I turn, step by step. No, you're going to be part of this the whole time, and you're going to be sleepy tomorrow. So he goes, and everybody just I think his mom went to bed at 3. And we all started dropping off like flies to finish the thing. So we get it there, and we're try and get in the car. This huge thing, get in the car, and we get it there. And then he comes back, gets in the car that afternoon, and we're all like, "So how'd it go? What did you make?" He goes, "Oh, well, she said we didn't need it till Tuesday." We had all weekend. We could have done this all week. I was so mad when that happened, but I said, well, at least it's all over with and done, and like he doesn't care. But the thing with a trifold, when all the science fairs have trifolds, and all that. So we went to Kroger to get the trifold, and their trifold was like this big, and I said, do you know the dimensions of how big the trifold needs to be? And he says, I don't know. So we bought this this is tall. And I said, I don't think we're going to be able to fit all the stuff they want in this trifold. I don't think this is right, Samuel. Please find out. And he goes, wait, I may have some more papers in my backpack. So he pulls it out and was like supposed to be 3 feet tall. So that would have been really embarrassing if he'd have brought that. This is the mini me of that. Anyway, but I'm so glad you're here, and to let everybody know that we're going to be talking, just business, because Chamber of Commerce is all up in your businesses, right? Isn't that right?
Well, we'd like to be. Some are better at it than others. But when you have an amazing community like Conroe, it makes it pretty easy.
Yes, it is. And we've gone through the political cycle, everybody, and now we're waiting for the final judgment call on the 25th to do the final voting and all. I wondered if a lot of politicians, they join is that a mainstay for them to join the chamber and be part of it?
It's a great question. Yes, many of them do, but not all of them do.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Well, it's a commentary on how involved they really are in their community.
Right.
Because more than just running for elective office, you're also out there representing your community day after day, and that's what the chamber does 24/7.
Right. Well, that's what I'm very interested to get into, all the behind the scenes and what businesses and how they've thrived and all that stuff.
I can't do that.
I'm sorry.
I can tell you,
didn't you sign that disclosure? You had to do that. No, but I do, and I'm going to ask you about the Cindy Cochran Show, and would it be eligible? Would if I joined, what kind of credibility that would bring me? Because I need that credibility.
I already thought you had that credibility.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. Okay, all right. So it's not for you.
That's what Dick told me. It was a highly credible source.
And and you know what a source he is. Yeah, that's right. I do. I want to tell you something. If anybody was wondering if they should join, the Chamber of Commerce, I have the perfect reason. and it's so shallow, but I just have the perfect reason why you should join it. And it's been proven to me for the last 3 years. I went to make sure that they were going to be consistent on this amazing event that they have, because the Chamber does do events, and they get to include the community, gets to be a part of it. And this one is the most amazing, and it's really fulfilling when you go to this event. And I think that you come away, just a better person, a bigger person, and a better person after you go to this event. But I'm not going to tell you until after we go to this break, and I will tell you what the event is when we come back, because it's something that I need to share with everybody. If they're on that, on the fence about whether they should be
teetering.
If they should be. You guys have been around since 1934, so you've got some stories, I'm sure.
I'm not that old, trust me.
Okay. I trust you. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. We'll be right back with Brian Bondi. He's the president of the Chamber of Commerce here in Conroe. Okay, we'll be back. Don't go away. With so much more to say.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
Did you know your favorite show on Lone Star Community Radio are on social media? Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram, you name it, they're on it. Check out where they are online on irlonestar.com/shows and see which of your favorite hosts are online. Make sure to follow them and see what is in store for the next broadcast. Follow Lone Star Community Radio on Twitter at irlonestar or Facebook with facebook.com/irlonestar.
The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Thank you so much for listening. And we're here with Brian Bondi, who is the president of the Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce. Is that how you say it?
Conroe, Lake Conroe.
Conroe, Lake Conroe. Conroe, Lake Conroe. There could be a song in that, Brian. I think, yes, there he is. I think he's taking it to heart.
Yes.
Anyway, but I did want to comment on one thing about, before we get into the deepest and the lowest, the deepest level.
No, you're right. You're right the second time.
Didn't mean it like that.
How low can you go?
Is there one more comment? Just one more comment, and then I'm done with the 400-pound gorilla in the room. I know it. And see, you're lucky you're radio, so you don't have to watch that video again. But as soon as I say that, Harambe, you have to think of that big gorilla dragging that little boy in that water. Is that I was thinking, okay, this doesn't have that long of legs, as they say. Does it really have legs enough to hold on to how many days? And oh my word, last night they played it over and over and over again, and from every angle, and every psychologist, and and all the big people that we look to, and they pull on shows whenever they want to talk about animals or animal psychology or whatever. Even the guy that wears the safari hat, Jack, I don't know his last name. Anyway, he came on and he says, absolutely, that was the right thing. What are you people thinking? In 1 second, that gorilla could have had that kid. That would have been it. Even if it didn't mean to, it could have started swinging around thinking it was like a doll, gone right into the concrete. What's wrong with you people? This animal is a violent animal. And then they started showing prior pictures of gorillas that had, a child dropped into a pen with them, and one of their not encasement. Anyway, where they are at the zoo, and the gorilla would go over and hold the child and held it like it was trying to protect it. That happened like a couple of times, but they were saying it wasn't the same scenario. Those were females, and this is a male. This is a whole different. You got a whole different world when you start doing that kind of stuff. So, but all the people standing outside, and this one guy, and I'm telling you, I know it was set up. His the girlfriend, wife, or whatever, was patting him on the back, and his head was kind of buried in his hand. And then he looked up and he looked over where the camera was, and he like he wiped his eye, And I just what was your alternative, people, when you say you didn't have to kill the gorilla, you didn't have to kill it, and just like you said, Brian, it was your child, or Richard was saying too, is if it was your child and that was your kid sitting down there, what would you have done? What would you have done? And you taken the rifle from them while they were talking about it and just done it, because this is ridiculous. Don't give that gorilla any more time to kill my child. So I still, it's what has come out, and the people that have come on and tried to, argue that side of it. I just, it really killed me. I want to tell you, Brian, my grandson, he's 11 years old, and he said, I was telling him the story. I said, I want to tell you all the story, so when you go to school, people talk about, you know what they're talking about. And I told him, I said, so, what would you have done? What would you have done? You were that guy. You have the gun. What would you have done? And my 9-year-old granddaughter says, well, you have to kill the gorilla because it's a life. It's a little boy's life. And my 11-year-old says, well, not so fast. No, wait. Because, there are plenty of other kids like him. But those gorillas are extinct, and you don't know how many are going to be left. And so, which one would you? I said, hold up. Where in the world did you get that, line of thought? And he goes, well, I just thought that there's more of that kid than there are of that gorilla. So that was what you. Isn't that what you? I said, is that what your school is teaching you? That the life of a child is not as important as an animal that's a violent animal and that should be in the wild? And he said, well, so I said, okay, what if that was Cindy that had fallen in there, your sister? What would have happened?
Careful.
He said, okay, I get it. You'd definitely shot the gorilla. I definitely get it. Okay. All right. Okay. So you're right. All right. And so I sent them all to school with that idea in their mind. But I think it just says something about our society that we gotta do a little bit more about it. The preciousness of life, and there's something to be said. Let's honor life a little bit more. So anyway, I will be done. I will not talk about Harambe. I just finally figured out how to say his name, but now
How do you say it?
Harambe.
So the ultimate test on this, Cindy,
Yes.
is 9 months from now.
Right.
How many kids are going to be named Harambe? Because if it really has the legs that you think it does,
yes,
we'll know.
Yes,
we'll know.
That's such a good point. I'm going to have to write that in my little calendar so I can think in 9 months from now. Let's go
Let's
back
revisit
and do
this.
some. Yeah, let's do some.
I'm not making light of the situation. But
No. But no one was killed except an animal was killed. But the boy is okay. It's all right. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So Brian, you're so great, and I know that the chamber loves having somebody like you with your sense of humor, with your off color. No, not off color. No, your sense of humor and
I just
and
can't
your
get past
offbeat
that
way.
one.
Your offbeat way. Listen, I just want to know: did you Facebook or on your website say that you were going to be on the Cindy Cochran Show today?
I did not.
Oh, so I have to join the chamber to get that kind of attention, right? Is that the deal?
Well, yes. I was gonna beat around the bush on that one, but you know what? No.
We need transparency here, Brian. We need transparency, so it's fine.
I'm gonna let you off the hook on that one because I should have done a better job promoting the fact that I was going to be on the Cindy Cochran Show.
And it was all about you, Brian, wasn't it?
It's not all about me. It's about you.
Yes, the numbers. But luckily, we're going to have a podcast of this, and you can get away from it. You're going to have to listen to it. It will follow you wherever you go. I'll keep posting it on your Facebook. No. But anyway, the event that I was teasing with before we left, the event that would make me join that Chamber of Commerce is the Taste Fest. Oh, my word.
Were you there? Did you have a good time?
Was I there? I used to weigh 100. No, I had such a good time. I was looking for the feather in the vomitorium, but I didn't find it. And if you just could add that one thing, Brian, that would be great. That would be great. So I just a little suggestion for me. But it was so good. It was great. I mean, the restaurants we have around here and the reaction. I mean, it was funny. I saw my guy from Kroger, who is one of the top dogs at Kroger. And the only reason I know him is because I shop there so often. I keep asking him to name an aisle after me. And so he came up and I said, are y'all here? You have a booth here? He says, we're here scouting. We're here to see what kind of reaction these people are getting and the lines and all that. And, we don't want to take HEB's place or anything because they kind of look like they're kind of centered. But we're going to talk to them about trying to be, next year. I think we're going to be in here next year. And I said, oh, that's great. I love Kroger's. So anyway, they they were scouting around, and I just saw so many people. I had so many cards and so many suggestions for people to be on. It was great.
Cool.
And I wasn't a member. I felt I was cheating because I'm not a member of the chamber, and I was there, working the room. I'm sorry. It was great though. But because I am with IR Lone Star, and IR Lone Star is a part of the chamber, right?
Right.
Well, so I was just wondering if it would be really cool for me to come in and be a part of the chamber and tell me what you would do. What do you do for the new businesses that come in and say, I need to find out who everybody is in this community. So what should I do?
Well, just remember that thanks to technology like what we're on today, a chamber is available worldwide 24/7, 365 days a year. Something that really has never been part of what our organization can offer. Good example is actually where I'm coming from in San Marcos. We had people checking in with us from literally different places around the world because they would access our information on the Chamber's website. And that's happening more and more. The Chamber is typically that first stop for a business or even a resident to look into the face of the community. And so for us, if you're a member of that organization, you have front door status. And a lot of folks don't understand that. Especially as the businesses get larger, they think, well, I advertise, people know who I am. Well, that's great for right here, right now, but that's not the way it's going to be tomorrow. And it's changing. And so obviously we utilize Facebook and we use Instagram and we use tools that once again help spread that message that Cindy's a part of the chamber.
Yes.
And Cindy wasn't always a part of the chamber, but now she is. And so that person or that entity will now know that Cindy is part of the chamber. Oh, by the way, I need to call her because I heard her on the show. And it creates this big circle of influence.
Sure.
That's probably the single biggest reason why, doesn't matter what size your organization is, you should be involved in your local chamber.
Now, I had never thought about someone who's a potential resident coming in. So I want you to explain that more when we get back from this break. I'm moving to a new community. You never thought about contacting the Chamber of Commerce. That's a new one. Okay. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. I'm with the president of the Conroe, Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce, Brian Bondi. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
The Cindy Cochran Show. Real reality radio.
Lone Star Community Radio is FM. That's right. Set your radio dials and your button presets to Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1, coming in June of 2016. To celebrate this edition and the addition of video versions of our talk and music shows on YouTube, cable TV, and Our City TV, we are offering special sponsorships rates, which include free audio spots that are played throughout our broadcast. Interested? Check out our sponsor rates for shows just like the one you're listening to online at irlonestar.com/sponsor or call the station at 936-647-5747. Reaching the people of Montgomery County with Montgomery County's community radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
Now listen, guys, you are listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. And, you can always on Facebook, if you want to ask questions to the president of the Chamber of Commerce. You want to ask questions, you can. You can Facebook me and ask those questions. And as long as I can, I'll read them over the air as long as I can say the words you put on there in mixed company, all right?
Be nice.
Yeah, be nice. This is, this is the president of the chamber. This is a big deal. I hope you got to see your picture I splashed up on my Facebook.
That explains the phone calls. Okay,
there
now I
go.
understand. Everything circles back around.
Oh, thank you, Brianna. See, I love my listeners. Jack Hanna was the guy that wore the
Excellent, Jack Hanna. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now
was one of the flaps up, I think, or was it?
No, it looked like a cowboy. He wore it like a cowboy hat. It didn't
Okay.
look like a safari hat
Right.
as much as it looked like a cowboy hat. He was he was cool. I loved to watch him, and he'd come on Johnny Carson show and bring all the animals and that would
crawl all over him
and wee on him. I love that show. Anyway, so now Brianna, you know how I am. I'm not sure I'd like to not talk about that. Hey, did you find out if the parents were going to sue the zoo yet? If you found that out, let me know, because I couldn't find the story on that. But I'm not going to talk about it anymore. No more. All right. Now
I'd like to talk about apes in the wild.
In the wild, there's something to be said for that, to keep them in the wild. But Brian, being a wild guy that you are,
wow, what a great segue! Oh my word! You can't make this stuff up.
Yeah, Brian is he's just the epitome of the nice guy who inside is that, you just don't know for sure when he's going to just snap. Okay. No, but being the president of the Chamber of Commerce and having to deal with businesses calling you and complaining about things that are going on and what can they do about it, and you talk to the city forum and all that, I think is great, because you have to deal with it. And you have the temperament. I can see right now why you got the job. Now Brian is in this job newly here, but he was in San Marcos doing this, and he heard the call. But he has family all over the place here, so you need to be here where your family is.
It's a great opportunity, and here's the thing that a lot of folks that live here don't realize: that this is a highly desirable area. It is north of one of the most dynamic cities in the United States. It's in the heart of the best state in the country.
Amen.
And it's some of the most beautiful terrain I've ever seen. In spite of all the rain that we've had, it is gorgeous around here.
That's right. And it's not flat.
No.
Like if you're in Lubbock or something like that. But when you come down here, the Conroe area, Montgomery County area, you do have little hills and valleys there that you can drive through. That's to us. To us, they're hills and valleys.
Hills and valleys.
Yeah, but it's beautiful terrain. It is not just flat. And you're right. The vegetation we have here and the animals that are all around. It's funny where I live. I drive down the street and I see longhorn steers that you have to go to the zoo to see. I didn't mean to say zoo again. Okay, you see, and we have the cattle, we have horses, and tigers, and even down the street from me, they have zebras and giraffes. They do down the street. I live in the weirdest area, but on their land, they have this compound and they have these animals.
Sounds
there.
like you live in a zoo.
Did you say zoo again?
Did I ever tell you that when I went to Stephen F. Austin State University back in the dark ages, that was the nickname of our dorm, the zoo?
The zoo.
So it's amazing that we have this conversation today. It's a flood of memories coming back.
Oh, I'm so glad that story brought that back to you, Brian.
We were so
I can
off
see
topic.
the zoo. No, but that's what my whole show should be: random reality radio. That's what it should be. Because the squirrel moments are here for me, and it keeps people not knowing exactly what's coming up next. Right, exactly. Okay, now you're going to tell me what you would do for people that are moving to the place, moving near here, and they contact the Chamber of Commerce, and what advice do you give them? Like, you should move here, or what? What do they expect you to say?
Run, Forrest, run! No. So why would people stop into a chamber or call us or go online? Because a lot of times, like I mentioned before the break, the chamber is the window on the community. It gives people a sense of who the businesses are, where the businesses are, but we also have content-driven information, statistics on the schools, statistics on the type of income, the housing, the neighborhoods, so many things that when people are looking to move,
right,
they want to have as many answers as possible.
Sure, yeah.
And I'm very happy to say that a chamber. This one and a lot of chambers around the country are those sources of information. A lot of our members display display racks of their literature. Guess what? People come in from all over the world and pick up literature from our member businesses.
Oh, do they?
And if you're not there, you're not happening there. So and I don't say that lightly. We take our responsibility very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
We're also concerned about making sure that our future workforce is educated, because the future business owners and employees are coming from the kids that are growing up right now.
That's
your
right.
grandchildren being among
That's
them.
right.
Transportation, you know what? Let's face it. We still use cars to get around.
Yeah.
And having a good infrastructure is a crucial thing for a community that's growing like Conroe. Very important. And the other thing that was very important where I came from, and I suspect it's still around here, is water. Water is a finite resource. There's no guarantees on water. And, it's been amazing that we've had 15 or 16 inches of rain in 2 days, but the fact of the matter is that in August and September, if it hasn't rained in 3 months,
Right.
we're back to square one.
People they really don't understand that. I mean, we're in the news all over the place of, the devastation that's happened here. And you don't have to drive but a few minutes to see, how long this is going to take to get everybody back to where they were.
That's right.
And the Brazos River, predicting to crest today, or I think they says like 55 feet out of its banks or something. It's just amazing what we have taken on. But I'll tell you one thing about Conroe and the area where we live. We've got a lot of good drainage. I would be the first thing I would ask if I was coming from somewhere to move.
Good point.
What's the drainage here? Because we hear you. Because all they see on TV is this the clips that show it the worst.
Good point.
But it is good. I wonder do people ask you, like, what's the strangest thing that they ask about the community that you go like, wow, no one's ever asked me that before?
Well, I haven't had any of that since I've been here. I haven't been here that long.
Oh, to hear really weird stories yet? Okay.
It might be, what's the strangest radio program you've ever been on, which I'll now be able to answer that.
Now you've got
See, I think I got that working for me.
I love you, Brian. You're great. You have to come back on like weekly and talk about business stuff, and then we can talk about other stuff. You're great. I understand why they hired you. You're good. So you have fun when they have the dinners and they have the little meetings and stuff like that. Do you talk a lot at those? Do you?
No, actually, a good president doesn't do a lot of talking, to be honest with you. A chamber, more importantly...
I think there's somebody you need to maybe send that memo to. Okay.
Well, but a good chamber is really built on volunteers. And
yes, right.
We have a volunteer board of directors. Our chair is Hector Forestier with the city of Willis. And it's the members' organization. And please understand, I came from being a chamber volunteer in my previous life. So I was on that side. I had a passion for running an event. I became a board member. I became an officer on a board. So that's what has always been my driver, is I understand the value and commitment of a volunteer.
Yeah, you've been on both sides. That's great.
And so when I told the search team for this, is that I have more respect for you as volunteers because of the time that you're giving to find this position, the person for this position, than you can imagine, because everybody in that room has jobs they get paid to do.
Right.
When they come into a chamber office, they're there as a volunteer, so my job is to make sure that I expedite their time and respect their time so that we can get the maximum amount of work done and they can get back to doing what they do to get paid.
Right. That's... I'm sure they appreciate that. I do have a question from a listener. Can you be a member of more than one chamber?
Great question. And the
There you
answer
go.
is yes. And in fact, a lot of businesses that have multiple locations end up being members in multiple cities. But even businesses that are here in Conroe, they may be a member in Conroe, they may be a member in the Woodlands, they may be a member in Lake Conroe, because a lot of times they want to expand their sphere of influence, which the chamber helps them do that.
Sure.
So it works both ways.
That's great. So you can. There's no conflict of interest or anything like that. That's great.
And the other thing that a lot of people sometimes get confused about is we're not part of any governmental entity. The chamber is a separate,
I'm so glad you
standalone,
said that. Good.
nonprofit organization.
Great.
And so we're governed by a board of directors. We raise funds through our members' investments and our special events. Those are our primary ways that we drive revenue. But we're a business. And so even though we're a nonprofit, that doesn't mean that a nonprofit can't make money. It's just that we don't pay our board of directors like for-profit corporations do.
Oh, okay.
And so, we have to be, and I say we as a global chamber community, we have to be good stewards of our investors' dollars and do things wisely and produce a very strong organization. And so that's kind of where we're at.
Well, you have such great events like Lobster Fest, right? And that's the golf that has the golf tournament along with it.
I've never been to one. This is going to be my first one.
Listen, okay, you've never been to one? Okay. So whenever you guys do that, be sure and, now that you know where we live, that you could drop off a couple of tickets for. All we've gotten to do is go sit in front, watch the golfers go off and talk about the golfers and talk about the thing and just promote the way of it. And then I go like, so when's the lobster? And they said, oh, well, you don't go to the lobster part. This is just this part. And we've got a sandwich for you over here. I went, does it have any shrimp in it or anything? Seafood? No. So I want next time I want to get to go to the Lobster Fest. Now, do I need to be a member to go to the Lobster Fest? Or I need to pay for the golf thing and all of that. Oh,
you have to know the right people.
I hope it's you. I'm trying to be as nice as I can to you. We're going to be right back. Brian Bondi, president of the Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce. You don't go away. We got a lot more to say.
The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
We're starting to film our talk shows and putting them on YouTube. Your favorite Lone Star Community Radio show can be seen on YouTube under our Lone Star Community Radio channel and on City of Conroe's Our City TV channel on Suddenlink Channel 12. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see the most recently released videos and find more information online at irlonestar.com/TV.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the most opinionated talk show on radio.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. We've been having so much fun. Little did I know that with President, people aren't going to know if they just join us like President. Who'd you get in touch with, Cindy? President Brian Bondi with the Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce.
Other way around.
What?
Conroe, Lake Conroe.
Conroe, Lake Conroe.
Always put Conroe first.
Lake Conroe. That's right. Always Conroe first. I'm sorry. And it's so cool. Conroe's doing so many great things because, in this month we're going to have Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1, where you are going to be able to listen to us in your car as you drive around the Montgomery area. Now, when you drive out of the area, we are still on the internet globally, and so you can just get that app that you have to have app. And put that on your phone, and you can listen to us as you drive past the boundaries that the radio station will give us. But anyway, now when things happen like the flooding and all that stuff, when we go on, people can go to we'll turn it over to the city, and the city then will issue warnings or keep you up to date on what's going on. So we're frantically trying to get that up and going, and this month we'll start that, and it'll be so cool. I just want everybody to know it. I will still be the same Cindy Cochran. Oh, I hope that wasn't a groan I heard.
Thank you for that warning. Warning, Will Robinson. Alien, danger approaching. How many of your listeners can identify that one?
That's right. I can. Do you know that the Monkees, in 1967,
here we go again. You will not leave this alone.
The Monkees are doing a final tour, or a tour after 50 years. They have been, they were playing Last Train to Clarksville as I was graduating in 1967. And in 1967, their album went so high and had so many sales that they outsold the Beatles and the Rolling Stones combined that year. And so they had them on the on Good Morning Houston, and they were talking about how the only ones that's left is the drummer and Pete. I don't know, the one with the blonde hair.
Peter Tork.
I knew he knew that
Michael
name.
Nesmith.
I was Michael.
Michael passed away.
Yeah,
Mickey Dolenz.
Mickey Dolenz. I just knew you were going to. I was going to just hold back, let him say the names. That was great, Mickey Dolenz and.
Don't get me started on trivia.
I see. You've got to come back, and we can do other things outside the chamber.
Okay.
Outside the chamber, it'll be great. But anyway, so they're touring, and they have an album out that they're trying to push. But when they go somewhere, no one's going to want to hear that original stuff that they have right now. They want to hear all the other. They've got millions of songs that they can sing from the past that everybody can go click to. But anyway, so you just brought that up, so I can't help it.
I'm sorry, I won't do it again.
I scrolled that again.
It's interesting you say that because I've seen the Moody Blues in concert like 5 times. It's like one of my all-time favorite bands.
I love Moody Blues.
And they'll always play, back when they were playing new music, and it's like, okay, this is great, but I want Nights in White Satin.
That's right. That's right.
And it was always the last song of the concert.
Okay, here's trivia. Who sang So No One Told Me About Her? What did I do? No one told me about her.
Wasn't that the Boxcars?
So late to say I'm sorry.
How would I know? Why should I care?
That's right.
Yeah.
It's too late to say. Okay, so who was that?
I thought it was the Boxcars.
No, I don't know. I'm just going.
I don't know who the lead singer was.
That song was just so haunting. I love that song, and then I couldn't find it because I didn't know who sang it. And so I keep watching those old. They have the shows, television
Time
shows.
Life Books presents.
That's
great
it.
songs of the 60s.
That's it. That's so great. And so now I know. I'll look at that.
And they bring in, hi, I'm Brian. And do you remember this great song from 1968? Well, you can have it with this collection.
I wish it was like that instead of, hello, I'm Brenda Starr, and I used to sing in the 1960s. And, just a minute. I love it. And you feel so old. Like, could you not show them what they look like now? Because I have to relate to that then. No, but anyway.
We digress.
Well, yes, we have.
Far.
Okay, now you have to tell everybody
okay.
that, you want to go meet this guy. You want to just hang out with this guy. And you'll become a member just by just wanting to be around him. So
yeah,
where do
Cindy,
they?
She's going to become a member.
Yeah. Yes, I'm going to go get my zoo card, and then I'm going to come out and be a member of the chamber. That's what I'm going to get. Okay, so,
right.
So what do they do? What do I do? What do I need to do? I need to call.
So the best thing is to come in and let's visit in person, because there's nothing better. And in fact, truth be told, the short time that I've been here, it's really about meeting amazing people face to face, in a group setting, getting to talk with them, hear their stories. When you've got members that have been part of the organization pretty much from when the organization started, it's
1934.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's just as important as that new person that they just hung a shingle out for the first time and
scared to death.
Yeah, and so they said, well, my dad always told me that the first thing I needed to do was join the Chamber of Commerce.
Right. That is.
And so that's why they walk in there. And so it doesn't matter who you are, but we want you to know that that's your home. I mean, and got a great team there. They work very hard to make the organization run smoothly. I obviously I don't do it by myself, because it really does take a team
a
of people.
To
it does
raise a
something like
business.
That. Yeah. So I wasn't going to go there, but since you went.
No, that's what they're looking for, support. When a new business comes in, they need to hear everybody else's either war story or the how great it's going to be. They just need to hear all that information and have that to feel like they are fitting into the community. So.
Great story I'll share with you. When I was running the Kerrville Chamber of Commerce back in like 2005, a man and his wife who had retired from Houston, they were both educators. They came to Kerrville, and they were going to open up I think it was a Sylvan Learning Center. I don't know if I can say that on radio or not, but anyway. And I said, well, I'll be honest with you, this is probably not the market that your business will be successful in, because Kerrville, for the most part, is a retirement community. And although there are a fair number of young families there, the volume that a place like that needs may not be there.
Right.
And And so 2.5 years later, when he was closing his doors, he said, I was really upset at you when you told me that I shouldn't open this business, and now I have more respect for you than you can imagine because you were right. This wasn't the right location.
There you go, guys. See, you call Facebook or go to the Conroe, Lake Conroe, Chamber of Commerce. Just put the Chamber of Commerce Conroe. They'll get you there. But and if you're looking to join, be sure and call on Brian Bundy. You are so great. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed you being here. We've got to go. We'll be back tomorrow, as we are every single morning, 10 to 11. Don't you miss it. Now, Brian will definitely be a listener. And I appreciate you being here. Listen, go out and make somebody happy, and you'll be happier. It's so weird. Thank you, Brian.
Thanks, Cindy. Appreciate it so much. Have a great day.
Good. You too. Be back tomorrow.
Thanks for checking out this production of Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station. For more information on this show and other shows on Lone Star Community Radio, check us out online at irlonestar.com. If you're interested in sponsoring a program on Lone Star Community Radio and reaching the local audience of Montgomery County on FM, internet, TV, media, please call 936-647-5747 or contact us online at irlonestar.com. This recording is a Lone Star Community Radio production produced by the show host and Dick Schischler of Lone Star Community Radio. Interested in volunteering as a music DJ or starting your own talk show? Contact Dick Schischler at dick@irlonestar.com or by phone at 936-647-5747.